very warm welcome into Sports Talk with Theo, Dorsey, South Georgia. Let's talk sports. Tonight we make sports talk history with our first show featuring softball, and nobody better to enter the studios than Albany State's own Amber Barker. She's in her 4th year in the Good Life City, but just her 2nd year coaching the Lady Rams, and what she's done in year number 2 has been unprecedented, which is saying something for a program that has 5 SIAC championships under its belt. Barker is a former Division I athlete at Louisiana Tech, where she was a 2-time all-conference player, and she made the all-academic team 4 seasons. And this evening, she makes her way into the Sports Talk studios. Welcome, Amber Barker of the SIAC East clinching Lady Rams. Glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, and I just mentioned that. I know that's a big part of what's going on. But before we get into that,
okay.
I know you're ready to talk about your Lady Rams for now.
Well, yeah.
We got to talk about that coaching resume. You're a Dallas native,
yes.
Texas. I'm Houston, Texas, so much love there. You actually played college softball at Louisiana Tech. Once you graduated, you became an assistant at Louisiana Tech on that staff. 5 years at the alma mater before you moved on to the University of Texas at Dallas, staying in the 214.
Yes.
You doubled as an assistant and the academic advisor there until Albany, Georgia came calling. Darden State College offered you your first head coaching gig, 2 seasons leading the Lady Cavs, and the proof was in the pudding. When Albany State and Darden merged in 2016, your predecessor, Robert Skinner, he kept basketball and volleyball, and you were chosen as the leader of softball. And as you prepare for the SIAC East Division champs for the conference tournament, we welcome you in. And I got to ask you, I mean, for you, of course, all of those things you saw on that screen were big, but sure. What was the biggest point where you learned the most about how to become a successful softball coach?
I think that's something that's always happening. I will say that when I first came in, and Mike Kiefer was the athletic director at the time, gave me my first head coaching opportunity. He paired me up with Scott Hemmings, head baseball coach, and said, he's going to be your mentor. And there's so much that I've learned from Scott, even in my 4 years. So I think just this whole time has been a learning experience. Some things you think you do the right way, some things you don't do the right way, but it's learning all the same. So I think the whole process has been a learning experience.
Definitely experience. And I got to ask, as a fellow Texas native, how have you enjoyed, coming into South Georgia and Albany? I know a lot of people got to ask you that.
It's hot. I mean, it's hot in Texas too, but I can't get with the gnats. If we could figure out a way to get rid of those, that would be perfect. But it's nice. It's nice here. It's nice being not too far from Florida. Albany, obviously, is a little bit smaller than Dallas itself, but you really do have everything you need here. And then you're not too far if you want to go somewhere else. So Albany's been good to me. It's been really good to me.
It's been, I would say, almost life-changing for you because when you did come to Albany at Darden State College, you met the love of your life, who you are now married to. And we have some wonderful wedding photos. You're married to Dr. Jamie Barker. Happened on June, let me make sure, 6th is June, June 30th, 2017. So not even a full year yet. Wow. And I know, so that means he definitely has the anniversary still remembered.
Yes. I sure hope so.
That's good. That's good. But I mean, what was it like? I mean, I know you didn't probably come here looking for love, but you found it. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was totally surprising. There was jokes, and my family said, "You're going to go meet the love of your life." Family actually did say that. It's funny, and my aunt actually said it. But it wasn't something that I was looking for, but when I found it, it was something that you kind of go, that's why I was supposed to be here. Not just the softball part, but that's why I was supposed to be here. So it's been fun. It's been really fun since our first date up until, again, now where we're not even a full year in, but it's been a fun relationship.
And lastly, how'd you guys meet? I know you met at Darden.
We did meet at Darden. So he worked, he's a professor, was a professor at Darden, now ASU, but we met through the soccer coach. He helped out with study hall for a lot of the athletic teams, helped out with softball as well. Ironically, we started chatting at a baseball game in February, and we've been chatting ever since. So, yeah, we met through Darden with athletics and academics. So.
That's a blessing.
Yes,
that's a blessing.
It is. It is.
And you would almost say it might be somewhat of a consolidation, a merger, a marriage is.
Yes.
And you see that segue?
I like how you did that.
She's a journalism major as well. She can appreciate these things. You experienced the Darden State Albany State merger in 2016 as the head of Darden State softball. I mentioned it. They chose you to lead and it wasn't a given. Robert Skinner was there. Mm-hmm. For you, first off, I want to ask, what was going through your mind when you found out the merger was happening, and what was that day like when you realized you would be leading the Lady Rams?
Yeah, I remember when the consolidation was announced. It was actually on a Friday, and we were just finishing up practice, and that's when we found out. And there's several questions, and we didn't know, but all we knew is that we wanted our players to stay calm, be in a good place, and knew that we were going to fight for them, whatever the case was. And then they were great. They went through the process together. We went through that season not knowing what was to come, and played hard and had a better second year than we did the first year at Darton. And then when they asked me to be the head coach and it was announced, so many emotions because yes, I was staying in Albany. Something about that uncertainty, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where you're going to go next. And obviously my husband was here and he worked for the university. So it was one of those things that it's the uncertainty, but it was a great feeling too. And there's been so much love from the beginning since the announcement happened.
Yeah, I'm sure it worked out well for everybody. I'm sure nobody's complaining as your Lady Rams right now 19-0 in the SIAC. But for you as well, you said that it was a smooth transition. We talked about this before. It was a smooth transition in. I know there's been, some rumblings here and there, but for you, with softball, how'd it go?
Well, I say this all the time, and I've told him before, Coach Skinner left me with some good character kids, honestly, and that helped the transition even more, because we had kids that were ready. They came in, they bought in, and it was new for them. We had seniors who had been with Coach Skinner for the past 3 years and did not know what to expect, but they also were ball players, and they came in and they were ready and they were hungry. So it helped that they were good athletes. It helped that they were tremendous character student athletes as well. So that made it a little bit easier.
Definitely has to soothe out the process when you got some good athletes. And with those good athletes, you've kind of made some headway with the Lady Rams program. Sure. Something unprecedented, I mentioned it earlier, never has the Lady Rams softball program, which has 5 SIAC titles, won every single SIAC game in one season. Yeah. 19-0 in the conference. You guys completed that, and now you still got a game left, non-conference. But what does it feel like to kind of see that perfect mark? I know it's something that it was close against Claflin, close against Clark Atlanta. I mean, Claflin, you guys were down 4 in the 7th?
Yes, and we made it interesting, and they've been making it interesting all season. But if nothing, this team is resilient, if nothing more, and they just keep finding a way to win. They keep finding a way to win, and it's not always the same person, which I think has been so fun to see. It's not always the same person who comes through in the clutch, who comes in with the big hit or the big strikeout. So that part's been fun to see. Yeah,
that's right. And I got some stats here. I mean, in hits in the SIAC, you got 3 girls in the top 4. Jay Williams with 51, Brianna Murillo with 51 as well, and Levette Tucker with 50. Yes. You guys spread it out on offense. You got Erin Mcgowan on the mound, who we're going to talk about later. Okay. But what you said just now triggered me. You said find a way to win.
Yes.
And on Sports Talk, I like to find a way to win in trivia by any means necessary. So we got that coming up right after the break. John's shaking his head in the background. We'll have Theo versus everyone, and I'll take down Coach Amber Barker.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm John Barron. This is Theo Dorsey. Coach, I'm just kidding. Coach Amber Barker, everybody, the head coach for the Albany State Lady Rams softball team. 19-0, a perfect season in the SIAC. Coach, let's see if we can get one more, make it an even 20 here as she takes on Theo Dorsey and Theo versus everybody. Now let's see. I keep saying everybody. It's Theo versus everyone, but right. You guys get the concept. Okay. All right, Coach, you have seen Family Feud as you told us, yes, okay? The first 3 questions will be multiple choice. I'll give you 2 options. Okay. All right, whoever rings as the first person, okay, gets that chance. Okay. There is no steal. The last 6, though, you have to supply me with the answer, and you get the chance to either steal if he gets it wrong. Okay. Person at the end with the most balls wins. Everybody ready?
Ready.
All right, for the first.
Let's go.
All right, fine. Here we go. First question. Number 1, what is the national sport in Japan, darts or sumo?
Oh, come on.
Sumo?
That is correct.
Okay.
She scared me for a second.
Good stuff. You get one.
You get a ball, so pick one.
Okay.
You want with the baseball?
Oh, wow, that's
why not?
Typical.
Yeah. Question number 2. What men's tennis player holds the record for the most career Grand Slams? Oh, you wanted the option? You ran too early.
Roger Federer?
That is correct. keep
I didn't really know, actually.
Don't quit.
I forgot this is multiple choice one. I'm sorry.
All right, question number 3. This is the last multiple choice, all right? What is the real name of former professional wrestler The Rock?
Oh,
I almost said his name, but you did ring it first.
Whoa, really?
So who gets it?
She got it.
She got it. It was a tie.
Oh, my goodness. Is it Dwayne Douglas Johnson or Dwayne Douglas Jackson?
Oh.
Okay. Oh, Dwayne Douglas Johnson.
That is correct.
Jackson. That was the difference. You could have changed the middle name. We all know Johnson. Come on, man.
Okay, but like the middle name would have. You're right.
I can't stand it. All right, what you got? Multiple choice now.
Yeah. No, this is it. This is the last one.
Wait.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, get your ball.
The best ball.
And we proceed.
All right. Excitement. All right. Question number 4. What year was the first Super Bowl played?
Okay.
You got to count them out.
Okay. 1963.
That was close.
2. It was 2.
Can I phone a
Don't keep
friend?
going.
Can I phone a friend?
You
Oh
can-
wait, it's multiple choice still?
No, it's not.
Can I phone a friend?
You can phone him.
Sure.
Hurry up.
2. What? 5 2. 1952.
No, it was 1967. I'm happy he gave you the eyebrows. He gave me the eyebrows like, give her the point.
That's her husband, by the way, off camera.
Yes. On the same
All right.
team, always.
This
for
is
life.
the last question before we go to break. All right, question number 5. Theo, you got the chance to try to tie it up. Tiger Woods won his first Masters at what age?
Oh, I know this one.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, you're
This
supposed
is
to
still
be
not
ready.
multiple choice.
No.
Correct. Great. How about 19, Alex?
No.
A match you just called me Alex. Trebek. No,
that's
no.
what I was going with. I know your name's
no,
Alex.
that was in 19.
No, I get to answer.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
21.
Yes, it's when he won his first Masters.
Oh,
he was
was
a savage
19
at
an
that
actual
course.
answer? 'Cause
19 was when I believe he was
19
declared
years
that he would be.
It was 19 years old.
You know what? Forget it. Excitement. That's what we're having here on Sports Talk. Right now, the game is tied at 2 apiece. But see when you come back to see who gets to claim themselves as the trivia master. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sports Talk with trivia with Theo versus Theo versus everyone. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, this is the second half, okay? Right now we are tied at 2 apiece. We have 4 questions left, with that last question being 2 points. All right, so Coach, still a chance to beat him. Please beat him.
That's the plan.
Question number 6. Theo.
Lucky cross.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. What city hosted the 2012 Summer Olympics?
London.
That is correct. Come on, Coach. I need you to beat him.
Look, what is this? What is this collusion going on up here? You heard that his mic is on.
Rise up. All right, ready? Question number 7. The Stanley Cup is the championship cup for which sport?
No, that was me.
That was her.
Hockey.
You can't just. What was that? She can't
That was
just
her.
claim it was her.
Oh, I heard her.
You
It's
heard
like
me?
when I say safe. It helps.
Okay, that's
does.
all good. You're right. It
We're
helps.
tied. We got 2 questions left and 3-point opportunities still there. Ready? Question number 8. The kangaroo, I hope I'm saying it correct, hoppette, is a long country skiing race in what continent?
Go ahead.
Is that me? Australia.
That is correct.
That's what I was going to say.
That was so tough, man.
No, you only got it because kangaroo.
Yeah, of course. It wasn't because of Hoppette. Like, I gotta be honest. Continue.
All right, Coach, you
Okay.
still have the
Oh, yeah.
chance
I still
to
have the
win,
chance, yes.
all right? Last question. Grand Slams tournaments are the 4 most important tournaments in what sports?
That was me.
How does that
And-
work? Okay. You know
Sorry,
what?
was it me?
I'll concede
If you
because I'm at
concede,
home.
fine.
Okay.
Coach.
I would like to say tennis for 500.
Sports. So there's one more.
I would like to say tennis twice.
You can do it. No, please do that. Please do that.
Tennis and...
I'm watching for the collusion.
Wait, so will I get half of the
No.
I don't think it works that way.
Tennis and...
Skiing,
No.
maybe? Track
Come on,
and
man.
field?
You're just trying to.
Tennis and...
I don't know if she should get this long. I don't know if she should get this
You
What
got
was the question again? I have
No.
to...
I know which one.
Go ahead.
I can go?
Yep.
I can still?
Yeah, but you have to give me
No,
both.
no,
You have to give me
Tennis
both.
and golf. Tennis and golf.
I was
Tennis
starting
and golf.
to
Come
say
on,
golf.
Coach. Come on,
You were
Coach.
starting to say golf?
After
I don't understand how you get half of that.
I
goodness.
got both of them.
I said tennis, so I feel like
Now I
should
need to
get
ask all.
half.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
Did you know tennis?
I knew tennis, yeah.
Okay,
the greatest
all right, I
stuff.
was just
Come on,
saying, come on.
Serena won. Come on now. Look.
Serena, no, I want Serena on the one.
Serena had a
Throw out
Serena
names.
Slam. All right. All right, we're gonna go to break after. But after this, I'm gonna talk to Coach Barker,
Coach.
who did great. And I'm sorry I had to beat you that way at the end with the buzzer beater. But we're gonna talk more about her team, who's been beating a lot of teams at the end of games and coming up pretty strong. More on the Lady Rams right after the break. Welcome back to Sports Talk with Theo Dorsey. We have Amber Barker of Albany State University softball in her 4th season of the 19-1 Lady Rams. You know where that one came from.
That's not against my team. I take all the blame for that one.
And you said you had a gripe with it. No softball questions.
I studied all night for the softball questions. None were on there, so there's a rematch. Stay tuned for the summer.
We're coming this summer. We're coming back this summer for a rematch. I owe that to her because we didn't do the softball questions. She prepared for it. That was the study guide, and we threw a change up at the end.
Ooh,
change up, you get it?
That was good.
It was like a pitching reference.
I always struggled with that pitch.
Yep, see, I know it. And you struggle with the trivia as well. But one person that hasn't been struggling on the mound for the Lady Rams this year, Erin Mcgowan, who had a perfect game against Payne. She's had 3 shutouts, complete game shutouts, and she's been at the top of the SIAC or in the top 5 through all of the categories through this season. Can you speak to her play and what that's meant for you guys defensively?
Well, we talked about Darton at the beginning, and Erin has been with me since freshman year at Darton, so it was great to be able to keep Erin the time that we've kept Erin. Just been great. Man, Erin's a competitor. Erin is a competitor. So glad that she started to bring her hitting along with her pitching as well. I mean, when she's pitching, we got to have her in the lineup. She does so much for us and just really commands the defense, commands the mound when she's out there. So there's not really, man, you could go on and on talking about Erin, but just huge competitor and just somebody we are fortunate to still have on our team. Yep,
12 wins so far in the SIAC, 105 strikeouts. That places her 4th and 5th respectively in the conference in those categories, and likely going to be on the all-conference team along with some more of your players. As you guys again won the SIAC East, but last year you guys placed 2nd in the East. You got to the tournament, got yourself in a good position, ended up falling in the semifinals. I think a 3rd place finish.
Yes, that's right.
This year, what's the focus been like? How have you been training them to make sure they're ready for the tournament this year to try and get that 6th SIAC title this year?
You know, we talk a lot about how everybody starts over. I mean, it's great that we are 19-0 in the conference, but come Thursday of next week, everybody starts over 0-0. Last year, you said it, perfect example, and we had beaten Miles College twice, and they beat us in the game that really mattered, and we finished in 3rd. So we talk a lot about starting over. Every day we come out to practice. I mean, you can't just rest on what you did yesterday in practice, good or bad. Same thing when it comes game time. Everybody starts over, and that's how we try to attack every game.
Right, and I know one thing about the Lady Rams is, as I've covered you guys, and even back at the Darton days, your team seems to have fun. They seem to enjoy the process. Can you speak to some of the personalities you have on that team, as well as the amount of camaraderie they have in the dugout?
I'm not sure that we have enough time to speak about all of the personalities on our team, but man, they're a fun group. From laughing and joking and everything, dancing at random times, but they also know what it means to take care of business. So, but they're fun group to be around.
Definitely. What's that trip like? I know for the crossover tournament, then the SIAC tournament. What's that bus ride like?
It's like me putting on my headphones and going to sleep. But they don't get too rowdy on the bus. After we won our last game at Fort Valley, they had a little bit of a party with the music blaring in the bus. Again, just put on my headphones and keep going. I'm sure maybe it was different as a player, but now just got to put on your headphones.
I feel you. I mean, I know as a player, you were partaking in the party, or were you still in that mode?
I was still partaking in the party.
Oh, there you go.
But not now.
Now you're coaching. Now you got to be the one that's cerebral.
Yes.
Sitting there, and I got you. I understand it. Well, for the Lady Rams so far, what's been the one thing that's worked all season long that in your opinion?
That they never give up. I know we talked about that with the different games that we've played, but they never give up. And again, it's not just when we're hitting on defense. It might be bobbling a ball, but still finishing a play. They just never give up. That's right. And we see that a lot. Again, I spoke about I think it was the Claflin game that was here. Yes. You guys were down. You had 2 one-run wins against Claflin. Correct.
At Clark Atlanta, again, down 4 in the 7th.
Correct.
I mean, just pulling together those kind of wins, stringing together, I mean, how much confidence does that give you going into that conference tournament?
It does give us a lot of confidence because not only do we talk about different players doing it, but we've used different methods. We've used one of our big hitters to just hit a single to win that Claflin game, the first game on Friday. We used a squeeze bunt to go ahead in the Clark game. So we've done a little bit of everything, and that's huge because when it comes tournament time, you're probably going to need a little bit of everything.
There you go. 50 Shades of the Lady Rams, giving you all of the flavors to win softball games. Doing a great job at it. Not trivia, though.
Not trivia, but summertime is coming.
There you go. Summertime is coming. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports Talk. We will see you next Thursday night, and good luck to the Lady Rams.
Thank you.